Final Heist, Eddie Fast Fingers Lawson had always been one step ahead of the law. His reputation as one of the most notorious bank robbers in the city was well earned, and over the years, he had managed to pull off a string of successful heists. He was meticulous in his planning, leaving no room for error, and his ability to get in and out of banks without a trace had earned him a certain level of respect even among law enforcement. But Eddie had grown restless. His aging body wasn't as quick as it used to be, and the risks were getting higher. The streets whispered of new, more advanced security systems, and the police had doubled their efforts to track him down. Still, Eddie couldn't resist the lure of one last big score, a job so perfect, so rewarding, that he could retire for good and live a life of comfort. The target was the Central City Bank, known for holding millions in untraceable cash and valuables. Eddie had spent months observing its patterns, and he was confident he had found a vulnerability. The bank's vault had a blind spot during the weekly shift change of its guards. It was the perfect window, a 2-minute gap where Eddie could slip in and get out before anyone knew he was there. On a cold Friday night, Eddie prepared for the heist. He dressed in his usual black outfit, fitted with gloves and a mask to hide his identity. His heart raced, but he calmed himself with the thought that this would be his last job. In and out, no mistakes, he reminded himself as he stepped out into the night. The plan went off without a hitch at first. Eddie bypassed the security system with the precision of a seasoned professional. He moved swiftly through the empty corridors of the bank, heading straight for the vault. As expected, the guards were in the middle of their shift change. Eddie grinned under his mask as he worked his way through the vault's combination lock. The door swung open, and the gleam of gold and stacks of cash made his heart skip a beat. He quickly filled his duffel bag with as much as he could carry. But just as he was about to make his exit, something went wrong. A silent alarm had been triggered. The moment he stepped out of the vault, he heard the faint sound of police sirens in the distance. Eddie cursed under his breath. He sprinted toward the back exit, hoping to slip away before the police arrived. But as he reached the alley behind the bank, he found himself surrounded by a dozen officers. There was no escape this time. "Drop the bag, Eddie," shouted a voice. It was Detective Sarah Cole, a woman who had been chasing Eddie for years. She had always been one step behind him, but now, she had him cornered. Eddie glanced around, his heart pounding in his chest. His mind raced with options, but there were none. He knew it was over. Slowly, he dropped the duffel bag and raised his hands in surrender. "You're done, Eddie," Sarah said, stepping forward. "It's over?" Eddie smiled faintly. "Guess I finally ran out of luck." As the officers moved in to arrest him, a sudden gunshot rang out. Eddie froze, feeling a sharp pain in his chest. He looked down to see blood spreading across his shirt. In the confusion, an unknown gunman had fired from one of the rooftops, hitting Eddie before anyone could react. He stumbled backward, clutching his chest, and fell to the ground. Detective Cole rushed to his side, but it was too late. Eddie Fast Fingers Lawson, the infamous bank robber, had pulled off his last heist. And this time, he wouldn't be asleep.
And if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, please like and subscribe now. This is how we continue to stay in business. Thank you and good luck.